Lena. Testing. Testing 1, 2. Hopefully you guys can hear me out there. All right. All right. Hopefully you can hear me out there. Let's see. We've got some people coming on here. Need to add the comment box here for everybody so we can see, everything, so we can talk to each other and all that great stuff. So thank you for coming. It is 7 o'clock here, and we've got some people coming on. And it's good to have you. Alrighty, so what I've got going on here is I'm trying to add the comment box. Forgive me for not doing that earlier, but today has been a super crunch for me. So, but let me go ahead and put this on the screen for you, so you can go ahead and be looking at this here. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay. Hopefully you're having a great day today. Let's see. No, not that. There we go. There we go. All right. So that's my screen there for the 2016 marketing and strategy. And we're about to begin here. Just going to give a few minutes in so we get the rest of everybody on board. And we will get started. And I went through all the websites, by the way, and I did, in fact, pick someone that I find to be the best. Not to say that the other sites aren't ranking and doing well, not saying that at all, but I will say that this guy went out his way and he did a really good job. And I'm going to explain why something like this I could use to rank really well and to really make this, do really good for Google and conversions. And if traffic came, converting that into something great. So, but I will be showing that here in just a few minutes for you. So you'll be able to get to see that. All right. I was just going to see if I can go ahead and add this here. And I have found it. So I'm going to add this for all of us. I can see who's here and who's, who has some questions and all that good stuff. So I'm going to add this right underneath, see if this works here, and add this right underneath the live video here. So let's see if that added good. And yes, it did. So underneath here, underneath the live video, if you hit refresh for me real quick, you're gonna have to hit play. But if you look underneath, there is this Facebook comment box there. I'd like for you to type in there. So I'm gonna put, "Hey, are you seeing this comment?" And I'm gonna put that below. So you're gonna be able to see that here. But we're about to go ahead and get started and not waste any more time. And I'll just show you here real quick. what I'm talking about with the comments, so you can see this here. All right, so if you can look underneath there, there is where the comments is at right there. So you can make a comment while we're talking, so I can check for any questions that you may be having, so I can help you out in any way possible. All right. So, and tonight I'm not going to take too much of your time as well. I'm really going to focus on getting together a strategy for you, so you'll have this here, and we can really get you prepared and just ready to go for the year of 2016. I can tell you this: that online wise, this is going to be a slam pack month. If you're on the online world, if you're trying to do SEO and things will get more difficult as more and more people get in the game and realize that SEO is a good thing. So get prepared. But if you have a strategy, there is no reason why we can't, in fact, make success out of all this. Now, I just want to say also, I picked out the best website that I thought was the best. Not saying that this other sites can't rank, because I know that they can. And also, I figured probably half my customer base would see this and be putting up, the sites that I've already made already. And knowing this wouldn't be fair to everybody else, I did not select any of my own work. So I'm sorry for that. I should have mentioned everybody but my clients. So, which I found kind of funny that they would do that. But oh well, either way, it was funny to me. So we are going to go ahead and get started and get into the slides here and what I've got here for you. I'm going to check here and see if we have any comments here as well here. Let's see. Any comments? Not yet. All right. So this is what we're going to do. All right. And let's get started. So 2016 market strategy. What do we have? What do you have prepared for yourself here? All right. And there we go. And just in case you know who I am, which I'm sure most of you do, this is the places I've been featured, and Lifehacker is the newest place, which is the biggest blog. I've always wanted to be on Lifehacker, getting featured for a project that I did, and it hit, which some of you may already know this, it hit a few weeks ago, and it just got me a ton. I got in front of 20,000 extra people there, which is absolutely fabulous, and it just, wow, I was so happy when I got to see that. It was a dream come true. So these are the places I've been converted. You can look up those articles next to my name. You'll see that I've been featured in there and factual. And Green Home Pest Control was the site that I had chosen for the best website featured. And don't click off now and be angry because I might not have picked yours, because like I say, there's a lot of great ones. I know a lot of you invested good, but I'm about to show you why I in fact actually picked this one, so you can implement this for yourself, and I'll explain why here. So let me see if I can find this site here. I should have this here. All right. One of the biggest things, one of the biggest reasons why, I picked this website was because of the content. There's just so much of it. And that's one of the things that really sets you apart from everybody else. And it is really the content of how much content that they had put up, which was over 1,000 words, which was amazing. Because most do not do that. Most do not put maximum of what they can put. Usually you're looking at 300 words, is what the average is. But with a website that's going to rank really well on Google, and not just ranking, I don't want to feel like Google's the basis of everything we do, because it's not. But just someone who's wanting to learn and really just see what you've got. The more content that you have on your site, the more authoritative they feel like you are. And Google is based almost the whole search engine of your content. If the more words you have on a page, the more they feel like that you are the guy. So I know you're curious to find out what this website looks like. So I'm going to go ahead. You can type that in also, greenhomepest.com. And let me see here. Let me see if I can go ahead and add this so you can see this here. So this is the site right here. All right. And you've got the logo here, no big deal, but you've got the phone number, which is above the fold, and it is in fact clickable. Okay. So you can click on this and it's gonna show up on your phone. All right. On top of that, they've got look this content. It just keeps going down here, and I added it up. It said 1,300 words is how much content was here. And if you click one of these, you get even more content. They've spent good money on this. I'm pretty sure about that. Um, got great images. And in fact, if I was to count all the images and count the logo, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, 8, 9, and then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, okay, 21. They've got around 20 over. They've got over 20 images here, which Google finds, and people love images too, by the way. So that I mean that's just another factor. So the phone number is above the fold. It's clickable. It's going to be great in mobile. 1,000 words, keywords based. I realize that these people are in fact in Phoenix, and they have put, let me see, Phoenix over 16 times on this page, which is fine. That's not above percentage wise, but I can tell you this is the keyword is Phoenix because it's shown here over 16 times. Obviously, these people have got SEO. So wow. Okay, so that's going crazy there. All right. Anyway, so over 16 times, and the physical address is at the below. Great design, and they've got testimonies like none of your business. So it's definitely a lot there. And that's why I've chosen this. Is the biggest part is content, and it's one of the reasons why Google also ranks people like this. And we can actually take a look and see Phoenix. We can actually see why. Let's see where he's at. Let's just look and see how he's ranking. Um, by the way, so we can see if he's doing good. Let's see, share. So hopefully you can see that. Yep, you can see it. So let's just type in Phoenix. And I mean, that's probably, and let's see here. And if you look right here, he is on the front page of Google. And I hadn't even looked this up. I've not even bothered to look this guy up. But knowing how Google is, look at here, guys, right here on the front page, just like I thought he would because of all those factors that I mentioned without even looking. That's how great I'm getting at this. Okay, not to toot my own horn, but after you see this time and time and time again, you know it ranks. And I promise you, I did not even see this before this slide here. So that is amazing, and it's like outer space here. Let's get us back to the slide. So, all right, good stuff, good job there. Whoever posted, I'm not sure who that was, but anyway, we need to get in action here and get moving. Okay, all right. So next, I don't know. Do y'all know this guy right here? This guy, his name is the Critter McCool. And I posted whoever would ask me a question online, I would definitely try to answer it for them on the webinar here for you. And his question was he was talking about he's wanting to brand his business, right? He's wanting to brand and really get his name out there. So people, when they see these things like hats and shirts and his business, you've got glue boards and which is a product for catching mice, which I'm sure you know that, and just he's wanting to know if going this route would be a good way to brand his business. And the answer is yes, this is a great way to brand your business, but I would not find this as the number one way to brand your business. So if you put up a billboard, or if if you brand through t-shirts, or if you buy business cards or whatever, does any of these things hurt your business? No. If the ad, of course, is really good, nothing racial or anything, crazy, just something that could really get you on the bad publicity side, which some will argue even bad publicity is good because it can hit the news, which I don't recommend you doing that. You've got so much at risk there. So none of these things hurt your business, okay, critter. So none of these things are going to hurt you. But here's another factor: what does your budget look like? Can you really? Are you going to be risking it? Are you going to be hitting over budget to buy these things? And if you're killing your budget to do this and thinking this is going to save my business, no, this is not going to save your business. Buying these things, the number one reason people buy from you is okay, word of mouth and connection. People buy from you because it's from you. I don't know if you understand that. When someone buys a book from a person, or if they buy a service from a person, if they buy, consultation from someone, the reason they buy from you compared to thousands of other people is because it's from you. Now, why would they buy from you? It's because this guy has proven, like, for instance, this Critter McCool guy here, this cool Critter McCool guy here. See, cool's in his name there. He's got, if he was to show off the fact that he has captured alligators, which I've looked him up and he has, if he is, he is trying to save the bee population, which he is in bee removal. This guy's a bee removal. He can say that he is looking to he's looking to bring up bee awareness and save the human population by defending the greatest pollinator, which is the honeybee. And if he was to broadcast that message out there and really show and build connections this way, so we've got something in common. We both like to eat food. So if we don't save the bee and if we don't promote his business, good chance that the bees are going to go away because he's fighting for the bees. And instead of killing them, he's saving them. So ultimately for Critter, if you've got an extra budget, like tax write-off, if you've got to find something to write your taxes on, yes, go for it. I would do the shirts. I would do the, business cards is cheaper. You know what I'm saying? So per person, if you go t-shirt wise, you're investing $5, but a good chance that person's going to wear it for a long time if it's cool. If it's really cool, like Guy Harvey, he's promoting his art. If you ever heard of Guy Harvey, just big in the South here, he's promoting his art. He would paint stuff for $30,000 to paint a wall. So he created his t-shirts, which was cheaper, getting his brand out there. And soon enough, he was selling more t-shirts than he was his actual service, which is cool too, because he can make one and sell millions. Because they love fish. They love that it's beautiful and it represents, they all share a message. They love the outdoors. If you haven't heard of Guy Harvey, you can type that up later of, it's beautiful fish and sharks and all these underwater sea fish and great underwater sea. Okay, of course, underwater, but, just colorful. But anyway, back to this, Critter. Yes, branding with these things. You invest in someone, you can't go wrong. But of course, there's a limit to how much you have in your pocket. And if you're looking for a tax write-off, investing in someone is definitely no waste. I think t-shirts are a good route if you want to go that way. But ultimately, when you create this t-shirt, you got to think, why are they going to wear this in front of thousands of people? Is it so they can promote you? Do they really want to go out to promote you? Unless they're mom and dad. No, not really. But if you have a message like, let's save the bees, or, let's save let's feed each other. And you do it by let's feed each other with a picture of the bee with your name on the back. Okay, you're sharing a message. Now that is a reason why someone would wear your T-shirt, not because your name's Critter McCool, not because you're trying to make money, but they'll wear your T-shirt because they want to eat and they know bees helping that way and and pollinating. Okay. So to answer your question, yeah, it's always good to invest in your people, Critter. It's always good to invest and really try and get your message out there. But we got to think, why is someone going to wear your shirt? Why are they going to wear your hat? Why are they going to, stick around and advertise for you? Because there's a message there. People who have in common with the same message, of course, is going to build that, because ultimately it's building them and what they believe. All right. So your marketing strategy for 2016, okay, what is that? Your goals may be to increase customers, increase revenue, hit percentages, and expand in other areas. And when I mean expand in other areas, you can fill this in a blank. If you're a local business, which the majority probably are, if you're a local business, you want to expand your area. Let's say you saturated city A, but you want to expand out and saturate city B. So your goal could be to reach out and extend out more. Or it could be the fact that instead of growing an extra 10%, the next month you want to increase 15% or 20%, instead of, doing that, maybe you want to increase revenue for the whole year or per month, which I like to break it down per month instead of year, for the whole year, because the numbers are smaller, more realistic, and you can kind of figure what you want to do. And then increase customers, because the more customers you have, the more stability that you have. I'd rather have I'd rather have 300, 500, 1,000 small customers than I would have like 5 big ones, like a Fortune 500. I would rather work for 500 to 1,000 people, small businesses, than I would 5 Fortune 500 companies, or even 3. You know what I'm saying? So that's just so high, so much higher percentage that you could lose one of those and lose a third of your business overnight. I'd rather just have the smaller factors put together. So let's say your goal is to increase customers. Let's say, you're at 200 customers a year and you want to increase that to 300. So you need to add 100 customers. That means that you have to only gain around 8 to 10 customers every month to hit your goal of an extra 100 customers for the next year. So that means you would have to come up with a plan of gathering 8 to 10 extra people a month. And when you look at it that way, 100 seems to be a big number. But when you break it down month by month, then things really seem to be a lot smaller. So that's one thing you must do, is go ahead and come up with your goal and then the plan to make that goal happen, which I've got this simple little equation here. Plan plus action equals your goal. Or let's say that, you want to, let's say you make, I don't know, personally, outside of production, let's say you make, $10,000 a month. In your area, it may be a lot, may not be a lot compared to where you're at and who you are. So let's say you want to make $10,000 a month. And as of right now, let's say you make about $5,000. Well, ultimately, you got to figure, well, how are you making that $5,000 already? Okay. And then from that, you build your plan. So I'm a guy, if you're looking to build a goal for next year and to increase, I'm saying do what you are. So a lot of people, when they want to increase revenue, they say, well, I'm going to do this new thing that I've never done before. And based on this, I'm going to increase my business double. I'm going to increase my revenue by double by doing something I've never done before. And that's my plan. No, that is a dream and that is a hope. That's not really a goal. That's not really a strategy. A strategy is putting something together that you already know it will work, but you're increasing things. Like, if this year you did 5 billboards and you got an increase, let's say of 10%, 20%, and you put out, let's say 5 to 20 billboards this year. Well, obviously you're going to dibble and dabble into adding more billboards, or if you spent, let's say you got an increase, let's say you made an extra, percentage wise, 10%, and you did Facebook ads and you didn't do it the year before. Obviously, it could be that Facebook was one of the things that you did, or maybe you invested more in your SEO guy, or maybe you invested in a marketer, a consultant who showed you some things and built a plan for you, or maybe, you invested. So lay out the new things that you did and then see if that has, and then connect and see if that's where your revenue came from action wise, and see, just kind of think what you did this year different than the year before to kind of figure out where that percentage came from. So whatever was responsible for that increase, I will do that more. And yes, test and new things. I agree. And we're going to talk about some new things that you can do. But it's pretty basic. But we all need a strategy for 2016. I'm going to go over that here. So you're struggling with a product creation, service scheduling, and then of course marketing. And that is why we need a plan for 2016. So of course, how to be number one on Google is the number one things people are looking to do to increase business, which is understandable because it's one of the highest converting new traffic ever To have a traffic show up at your website and buy instantly is something only search engine is known to do. And how is Google traffic able to do that? And it's because when you type in something, Google works hard to give you the best results. So if you type in best restaurant in town and they know your town and they give you this restaurant, they're basing the way they're able to base what the best restaurant is based on how many, you know, reviews they have on that site. How many years has it been in business? How many people have clicked and said they've been there? How many likes they have on Facebook? How many backlinks do they have? And all this good stuff. How much traffic they've got coming to the site? What's all these? So when you type in what is the best restaurant? I want to go to the best restaurant in town. It's got all these factors to give you the best results. And that's how, within 5 minutes of finding you, people call you. And it's one of the only methods in which people and it's one of the only, it's the, okay, start over. It is the quickest relationship building you will ever see. That's why Google is $1 billion business, because they convert people to your company within minutes because they trust Google, which has been building its reputation over 20 years. So this is one goal you can focus on, and that's your SEO, focusing on becoming number one in your area, in your city. And here's a little tip for you. Focus on your hometown where your physical address is at. Focus on that, take it down, grow outside that. But if you can't even take down your own city in which you are at, how are you going to take down ground that's, away from your turf, your hometown? If you can't take down hometown, there's no way you're going to go beyond that. So here's some ways you can expand online wise that you really need to think about doing. And I've got your weapon here, talking about what is your weapon that you're going to choose to grow your website online wise. So it is the cheapest way. You can advertise for free if you don't invest in someone like a marketer or whatever to make this happen for you. If you want to do this on your own, if you've got the time, if not, I would consider, letting someone do that for you. But if you've got the time, these would be the things that I focus on. And that's, either video or blogs or an email list, social media and pictures. So, social media with pictures and then podcasts. But here's something here, and that's the email list that I want to talk to you about just for a few minutes here. And the fact is that if you don't have an email list this year, you definitely need to get one next year. And I can almost guarantee it, okay, with all your customers, if you gather their emails together, let's say you have 200 customers. And I know the biggest thing, that one of the biggest problems in business is finding help in collections. Collections is a big deal. Okay. Getting money from people. And the number one way people are getting money online is through email. That is the number one reason people buy services or pay for services they already had. Your biggest companies in the world depend on email. And if you don't have that in your business corporated, you definitely need to get an email list and focus. If it's just one email a month, if you're a local business, and they already know you got a relationship. If they get this email, they're not like, well, who is this guy? Who is this? There's none of this question of why they send an email, because they know who you are. That part's already filled out. So if you're local business and you're seeing these people when they visit you, like, let's say you're a lawn care guy, or if you're a pest control, or, or that you're a restaurant, they see you every week or every month. There's no question that you're no spammer for sure, that you're trying to, and you gotta, you've got your collections. If a person owes you money or whatever, and they know that, and you say, hey, here's some, here's your balance. If you could pay this, send out an email to those who owe you balance. And that's fine because they know that. But to really, to keep you in front of people, like in front of your customers, not instead of just asking for money, specifically, it's always good to stay in front. Just come out with a monthly newsletter, which I know is hard for many, but you can really see if you just gather an extra 5% of collections that you was not getting before, those numbers add up. For instance, I'm just going to type this in real quick here on my calculator and see. Hang on. Oh, come on. Okay. So let's say Let's say this. Let's say that let's say you make $10,000 this month. Let's say your production's $10,000. Let's say that's your collections. That's what you get from your services. And when I mean collections, is because some businesses, they do the work and they expect you to mail in the payment. Not everybody's money up front. So let's say you get an extra 5% of that. That's an extra $500 a month because you sent an email. Yes, 5% is a realistic number for email, reminding people that you've already done the service and that, they owe you money, but you do it in a nice way. Say, hey, if you haven't paid, here's the best way to do it. And you send them this email. Say, we did a service on this date, la, 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 la. This is how much money you owe. You can go here to do that. I've got stats to prove it, that this number is realistic. And you times that by 12, you're looking at an extra $6,000 on top. 5%. Now, so emails is gathering emails is definitely worth getting to, because it's not an annoyance. If you're calling someone and say, hey man, where's my money? That can get bad real quick, or if you're texting people, hey, you owe me some money, that's still kind of weird. But email, and you can't do that on Facebook. If your friends be like, hey man, you owe me money, that doesn't really, but where email, that works out great. And that's asking people, hey, here's your invoice. And this is what you owe me. And you doing that consistently on people who owe you, you'd be surprised. And collecting emails is just a good idea. So you've got their phone number, that is your point of contact. But that's really and you see them and you can mention that, the balance to them there, but you can also email. So you have like a three-way tie there to this person of reminding them, because people in this day, believe it or not, forget. So email is a great thing. Let's see here. All right, so here we go. Join up with local businesses online. This is something that you can do, and something that I really want to talk to you about, and that's building a relationship with outside of your customers. So this is something new that I have for 2016. And I mentioned, in the promos and videos and things, I was going to talk about some numbers here. And here's my goal, is to increase what I make by 30%. And you're like, oh, I don't know how much you make, Luke. And one day I'm wanting to talk about how much money I make. And let me just tell you this. It's fabulous. It's great. What I've got going on. For 1 year, my growth has been close to 30, 40, I think it's around 40% my growth was this year. And then next year I'm wanting to do that another 30%. And I know if you make $1, you double that, and you make $2 at the end of the year. Yeah, I know, I understand that you've doubled your revenue, but I'm talking about the numbers a lot way bigger than that. And I'm looking at upper six figures next year is the goal. And I'm wanting to talk about that specifically. I'm just not ready to release those numbers yet. But as for other numbers I want to talk about is outreach numbers. And when I say that is, how many people do you actually go out? How many people do you actually go out and reach out to and build a relationship, even if there's no money involved? How many times do you do that a day or a week? How many business cards do you hand out? How many emails do you send? How many tweets do you send out? That's the question. What are you doing? Let's go. I'm about to check the comments and let's see if anyone is answering this question for me. Let's see if anyone's asking questions or anything here. Let me see. No, I don't really see any questions here. So, okay. I'll ask you that. How many cards are you handing out every week? Let's see if I get a comment here in a little bit. How many cards are you handing out every week? And I want you to ask yourself in your mind, what are you doing for outreach? If you're not doing anything for outreach, if you're not doing anything to build a relationship with people, and you're not hitting up for money, you're not begging for money, you're just want to build a relationship, tell them what you do, and find a reason to stay together. and to talk with them and to have this communication with them. And the best way you do this is, if you got to go to a club, I mean, not like a party club, but like some kind of business club where you talk about, how you can help each other in ways that can help each other grow revenue, and ways that you can help each other, like advertise and get exposure. Those things are exciting. Knowing that you're helping each other and really creating a network. That's what it's about. And really getting together and say, hey, I can do this for you, you do this for me, and really just build an alliance that is amazing. That is the number one thing that you should be focusing on, and that's outreach. And so this was the biggest marketing strategy yet that you should hear, and that's how is reaching out to people. So if you are a local business, here is your marketing strategy for 2016. I want you to come up with 100 people in a spreadsheet that you know in your city that you would like to get to know better. 100 people that you see as potential either customers, or you see as potential salesmen. Not everyone can be a customer, but just because they're a customer doesn't mean they can't help you. Like, build your business. Revenue is not the only way to build a business. Word of mouth. If so, maybe someone won't buy your services, but they will be a salesman, which indirectly is giving you money. Because if they're the one bringing them in, even though they're not, they're technically a customer, and really they're better than a customer, because even though they may not buy, let's say your product's $50, even though they may not spend $50, but they bring in 500, aren't they paying you really? They're not giving you physical dollars, but they're still paying the bills because they're being advertisement that you're not having to pay for, which you still want to pay. But in fact, you want to encourage word of mouth in this business of yours. So that is one outreach strategy that you must do. And that's build relationships with people, and just enjoy to love help people. Just enjoy, being there for that person, and just building an alliance with each other. And just that's the number one thing I would recommend. And as for myself, what am I doing? My goal is to reach out to 50 people every day. I've been trying to do that for the past week now, but it was lower than that months before. But I'm wanting to increase my contacts by 50 people a day. Now, if they're new people or the same people, I don't want to contact the same 50 people every day, but I do want to stay in touch with the previous 50 people maybe once a week. But I've got a goal, and I'm talking about what I'm telling you, and that's reaching out to people. How am I doing this? The biggest way I'm doing this is Twitter, because I'm helping people nationally, not just my local area, but you can in fact use Twitter as well if you'd like, and contact people just in your area. That is definitely possible as well. So yeah, that is definitely a strategy for you to outreach. And and it's not got to be like this. So if you go to this person like, hi, this is what I do. Here's my card. Do you really think that person's going to buy from you just because you get a fancy looking card? No, people buy from people because they like you. And it's ultimately, they've got to like you. And they're not going to like you because you're shoving a business card down his throat. It's because he likes you as a person. He likes your views. He likes how much you want to help him. And he understands the more he helps you, the more he helps him. He's helping himself because you're helping him back. Okay. Okay. So let's do this here. Let's see, I'm click on this slide here. If you're looking for some products to invest in, like for your website, this is good hosting here, Bluehost, or you can invest in MyHost or Market Samurai for SEO. If you want to do surveys, SurveyMonkey's good. If you want to do forums and ask your customers questions, and then there's another, that's a type of contest software right here, that I need to get the name of. That's funny. I didn't have the name of that, but I've used it. I think that's Prize Copters. I've got to, anyway. But anyway, real quick before we wrap this up, because I want to kill too much of your time here. And the big deal is you've got to do major outreach, and you need to really invest in some kind of marketing type, or just do the marketing yourself and really get out there. Okay. So those were the biggest things there, and that's simply outreach. And I gave you an SEO website you can go by to really go after, like I think the Green Home website I was looking at. But that is your marketing strategy, and that is every month reach more people in your area, which you already know. But and another thing is too, you want to find some kind of way of reaching out to people online and being a resource to your city and your county and even your state. And that is, if you have to speak, if you have to speak in your area and do a lot of speaking, that helps bringing awareness to people and building the traffic to your website. So by you reaching and making contacts, you're able to do this and really get in front of people. And let's say you're wanting to do something online wise, like marketing strategy. I had people come up to me this week because they're getting prepared for 2016 and who's asking me what they can do. And another big thing that you can do is build your reviews up. If you're doing good SEO wise and you want to strengthen that, you really need to build up your reviews as well. Okay. So those are the things that you need to be doing to really help yourself in a local aspect. And I plan to maybe come out something with more, if you're more of a national person, like maybe you want to, if you're more of a national product and you really want to get out there nationally, get yourself known, there's so much that you can do and a lot of connections. But let me say this, just because there's competition doesn't mean there's hope. Actually, I have hope when there's competition. If you've got a lot of people that you could connect with, even if it's competition, there's hope for you. There is. Just because if you're the only guy on the pond, there's a good reason. That means that there's not enough room, not enough fish, there's no food, a lot of reasons there. So, but if you are wanting me to continue and help build your marketing strategy for the year, I've got something for you. I've got this thing I'm going to offer, and it's Luke Guy Consulting for your website. And if you are needing help with consulting, like if you're wanting to build a personal plan, let's say you have me look at your website, you have me look at your city population, services, and all that good stuff, and you really want me to really build you a personal plan and connect with you, and let's specifically have me carve you out a plan for you, I can definitely do that for you. If you're interested, I can definitely offer that to you. It won't be much, and it's by the month where we get together and talk about that. And actually, I'm doing that for $70, $70 a month. If you're interested, I can get in contact with you here. You can, comment in the section there, or you can click the consultant button there, or you can contact me through email if you're definitely interested in that. And we'll get together and I can talk to you about how to carve out a personal plan for you. And we'll go on the phone together and we can really talk about what you can do, in fact, to help yourself SEO wise, email wise, social media wise, offline wise, review wise, just all kind of ways, content wise. If you really want to figure out where you're at, this would be the best way to do it. So if you're definitely interested in that, let me know, get in contact, and we can get on the phone and really figure out some ways and how you can boost and hit those percentages that you're wanting to do. All right. So you guys have a good one. This has been Luke Guy and talking about marketing strategy, for 2016. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And you guys have a good day.